Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right?
We've got some great categories tonight, including athletes.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Seasons COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons looking like to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through, no one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Today we're raising money for Kaylin Clark's reparations. The Grift Report starts right now. Wait, my bad.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat, Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
God bless you all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Shout out to the chat. Who's in the chat? What up, Stuart? From my high horse. Strong Dad Protocol in the chat. Sauce the Prophet. Lauren in the chat. Spotless. Montoya. DJ Protocol is in the house. Haram Life, our sister podcast, is in the house. Rudy the Vet is here. Present. And Jay Pylon. What's up, people? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. It's the first official episode of the Grift Report for Strong Dad June. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Just so you are aware, to celebrate for Strong Dad June, the coupon code is Strong Dad June. 45% off. 45% off the store. That means you can get your Apex and your Flow for 45% off for Strong Dad June. Entire month of June, all of our products, lock in a subscription at the low, low price. All right? Rudy the Vet, $10 super. He said, here is 10 for the white man. Oh, wait, I meant to say white woman, Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, wait, I mean Caitlyn Clark.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Y'all starting already on a Monday? Sauce the Prophet said we doing 500 push-ups a day for Strong Dad June. You know, I've been thinking about a lot of my lifestyle choices for Strong Dad June, and I think that this is a great excuse for us to try to take it one step further, and I want to make some adjustments to my life, and I suggest everyone do the same. Yeah. 500 push-ups a day. I like that goal. I'm gonna try it. Maybe I'll make that like my Strong Dad June resolution. 500 push-ups a day. Chat, you with us? Put the muscle emoji in the chat if you down for 500 push-ups a day. With that being said, we got the Strong Dad June message of the day brought to you by none other than Mr. Strong Dad himself, the Strong Dad on X. Wait a second, my bad, we got mute. Here we go.
What up, y'all? It's Strong Dad June, day number 3, and I just want to give y'all a reminder, all right? This is our most important, aside from my birthday, and aside from my birthday, my daughter's birthday, and my wife and mom's birthday, Strong Dad June is the most important holiday that could ever exist. You want to know why? Because it's also Men's Health Awareness Month. That's right, 2 holidays for the price of one. And why am I calling it a holiday, right? Men's Health Awareness, how is this a holiday? Because this is a time to celebrate. It's a time to celebrate men who are changing their lives for the better, who are making a healthy step forward. And it's also a time for you, fatty, to celebrate putting that cheeseburger down and making it to the gym for the first time. Because if you're watching this, you best believe you're ready to make a change. I hope you're ready to make a change. This is the best month out of all the months in the year for us dads out here, for us men out here. This is a month where we can truly show the importance of focusing on our mental health, focusing on our families, and how we uplift our communities. It's the most important holiday the world could have, because if we're not healthy, who the fuck's gonna lead this shit? Come on now, y'all. It's Strong Dad June.
It's a message of the day, Strong Dad June. Somebody in the chat said they think they could beat me in basketball. How tall are you? If you ain't 6'8", you can't beat me in basketball.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You can't beat me in basketball. You can't beat me in football. You can't beat me in baseball. You can't beat me in anything. Golf. I am an athlete. Was born an athlete, was raised an athlete. And there's not a damn game you could pick up that you think I can't whoop your ass in. Facts.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Okay. It's Strong Dad June. This is the energy we coming with. Shout out Sonny Johnson in the house.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Sister. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. So as the prophet said, Hotep Sports. Facts. Absolutely. I just had one of those split thoughts. You can beat me in chess. You can't beat me in chess either. You can't beat me in chess. Fire up the board. I'll play you right now live. Fire up the board. Add me on chess.com, Hotep Grift. I'll bust your ass right now and stream at the same time. Anyway, let's get into the show. Y'all know what time it is. Men of Order, moment of the day. Now, when you're growing as a man, one of the things you have to come to terms with is overcoming the negative aspects of your ego. And sometimes what comes along with that is having to apologize and admit that you were wrong. Some people can't apologize and some people can't admit they were wrong. Today is one of those days where Hotep Jesus has to admit that he was wrong. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to correct that at this very moment and give you an update on Mr. Corey Harris from last week. The way the story went, he had a suspended license and was seen driving while appearing for court. Let's go to the tape.
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Corey Harris was cited for driving while license suspended in Pittsfield Township back in October. He said it was suspended for unpaid child support. Secretary of State records show his license was first suspended for...
First of all, who's the evil witch that put this nigga on child support?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this is a real Hotep.
Let's stop right there. Who's the evil witch? This is what we got to stop doing in the community, y'all. You cannot complain about white supremacy and racism and the government and the system, and as soon as you have a tiff with your baby daddy, you run right to your white zaddy for help. You run right to Big Gov for help. We got to stop doing this. If you can't co-parent in Hotepistan, there will be no child support.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
There will be no child support in Hotepistan. Y'all got to figure that shit out or raise that bastard child on your own.
Oh, this a real Hotep, brother.
That's first things first. I am sick and tired of women not being able to work things out like adults with their significant other and running the government. And for what? For what? Because you're upset because your feelings was hurt? Because a lot of women are doing this shit out of spite. What they don't see is the amount of trouble and grief it puts a man through. First of all, if you got a job, it's embarrassing. You got to have that walk into the office. Yeah, so Mr. Harris, looks like child support is garnishing your wages. And now your coworkers are looking at you like you ain't took care of your baby. It's not a good look, y'all. It's not a good look. Got to stop that.
For child support back in 2010, but Harris told us he thought his license had been reinstated.
They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't.
And according to the Saginaw County court records we found, Harris is right. In January 2022, a judge rescinded that suspension on his license, but for some reason that information never got to the Secretary of State, where even as of today, his license is still listed as suspended, the same records the judge was going by.
This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
It's very embarrassing. And with the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing.
Thursday afternoon, Harris told us he was going to the Secretary of State's office to try to straighten out everything between them and friend of the court once and for all.
Always double check behind these workers, because they will say that they will do something and they don't do it.
In Ann Arbor, Kimberly Craig, 7 News, Detroit.
Well, let's hope he gets that straightened out. Thank you, Kim.
Hold on a second. Trying to figure out why the ticker not working above my head. It's supposed to count those super chats, and it's not doing it. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let me restart it and see what happens. We are raising money for Caitlin Clark's reparations. Today's goal is going to be set at $50. How much did we get so far? I'm gonna just put it in there. We got 20, and then 06, 04, 2024. Why did it not? I don't know why it wasn't counting. Anyway, so I just wanted to clear the air on Mr. Harris and apologize for not giving him the benefit of the doubt. Looks like this was a clerical error. His license was not suspended, and they made a mistake. The courts made a mistake. And this is true. You got to fall behind these folks because they don't give a damn about you. These people who work these government jobs, you see them. Somebody's auntie, and they work for the government, and they've been in that clerical position for 20, 30 years, and they're not giving up their spot. And, you know, they show up on time, and they don't give their bosses too much headache, mostly run by a lot of women, white women, you know, like the teachers union. And they're just there for a paycheck. They don't really, there's no quota. You know, when you work for government, there's no quota except for pulling niggas over, you know. There's really no checks and balances on if somebody's doing, you know, the right thing. I mean, just look at how DMV operates. Government is wholly inefficient. So I got to apologize to Mr. Corey Havers for not giving the benefit of doubt and not believing or thinking of the fact that the courts could have made a mistake. We took the story for as it was. And Corey Harris, free Corey Harris, salute to Corey Harris. And we apologize here over the Grift Report. Hit me up if you want to interview. We could chop it up. We could talk. All right. So I had to do that, you know, men of order. You got to admit when you're wrong. You got to rectify. See, a lot of people, you know, a lot of these outlets, they'll show you all the bad, right? Are they going to come around, all the people that made fun of Corey Harris on social media, they're going to come around and repost the correction? A lot of people won't. We want to make sure we have integrity over here, so we will. Anyway, it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the day, Grifter of the Day. So, I had this set up in a certain order, and I think I want to change it. Let's do this. Let's go in a different order. Where's Goldstein at? Goldstein. I should not show this to Goldstein, but when I saw this, I was like, I got to show it to Goldstein because he's on J-Watch. And somebody posted this. And it said, why do you think Elon Musk follows all of them? And they got the Star of David or the Star of Moloch, depending on where you sit. And we got Ben Shapiro, Stop Anti-Semites, Ed Krasenstein. I guess the other one, his brother, would be under the star as well. Visit Grad, Libs of TikTok, Babylon B. But the one that perplexed me the most was... And wokeness. And wokeness is flying under the Star of David. All that white victimhood talk is and wokeness controlled opposition. Damn. Mofax said, I heard HJ giving out apologies. Hey, Mofax, next time you want to get waxed in a debate again, pause, hit me up, man. Mollywop you. It'll be my pleasure to mollywop your ass again. Just tell me the topic and I'm right there. Goldstein, I didn't know that. Things are starting to make sense now. Now here's a Hotep's been told you moment from a grifter that at first, you know, for me, she had a grand opening and then all of a sudden she had a grand closing. And I told y'all a few weeks ago, I ain't trust this woman. I told y'all I didn't trust this woman. Something suspicious about her. Miss Rachel has a message for y'all.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
I told you we couldn't trust this lady. I told y'all we couldn't trust this lady. Now, how did I know this? First of all, she's got one of those really nice personalities. Anytime you got somebody like a super nice personality, a lot of times they turn out to be so nice they accept anything in their life. But my first tip off was, I'm trying to find it. Hold on a second.
Hi.
I'm about to show it to you right here. How I knew Miss Rachel could not be trusted. Let me see if I can find the motherfucker. They have, here you go right here. This motherfucker right here. Now my baby was sitting down and she used to love Miss Rachel. She's getting older now. And I saw this motherfucker appear during one of the episodes. Cause I keep an eye on the shit that my baby watches. And Miss Rachel was good as far as learning and talking and all of that. And then I saw this motherfucker appear on the screen and I said, wait a second. What is that? What is this? Is this one of the pronoun people? And that's when I knew Miss Rachel could not be trusted. Cannot be trusted. That motherfucker right there. Look, here they go again. This motherfucker right here. They're like genderless. I don't know what this shit is. I don't know what this is. But when I saw this person, that's when I was like, Miss Rachel can't be trusted. And remember, it was a few weeks ago we talked about, you know, some of these childhood programs. And I said, I don't trust Miss Rachel. Well, here she is. And here's what I was talking about. Here's that person I was talking about. Miss Rachel can't be trusted. A lot of these shows cannot be trusted. We need to bring back good, wholesome content for the kids. Anyway, next up for Grifter today. Y'all ever heard of this fool? I never heard this fool before a day in my life. Let's take a look at the clip.
Donald Trump who is reportedly considering, you know, Senator Tim Scott, Congressman Byron Donalds, Ben Carson. Do you think that he would actually pick a black person to be on his vice presidential ticket?
I've never known Mr. Trump to be comfortable around black people. I think he might be comfortable around a certain sliver of black people, a certain type of black people, but I've never known him to be comfortable in our general company. I remember when I was on the...
You know who I know isn't comfortable around black people? This motherfucker.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
This motherfucker right here. Now, when I first saw the clip, this is where I cut out. You heard this motherfucker speak. He sounds like a white man. If he called me up on the telephone and I had to guess, I'd say, this is a white man, this is a European, this is a German. This is a German on my phone. He talking about Trump don't know no black people. Trump blacker than this nigga.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Trump is blacker than Kwame Jackson. I said it here first.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this is a real Hotep.
Get this nigga off my screen. Too much fucking grifting. He's not comfortable around black people. Nigga, you sound like them. You sound just like them. Next up, Grifter of the day. Pains me to do this. I don't know where this segment is about to go. I don't know what I'm about to say. But what the hell is going on? Alex Jones is crying.
At the end of the day, we're going to beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight. And these people hate our children. take more calls. Go ahead, who's the next person? At the end of the day.
I just have questions. I just have questions. First question. Is he serious? Is he serious? Like, is he for real crying, or was those crocodile tears? Was those real tears or fake tears? That's my first question. I'm just asking questions, that's all. Second question. Are they really shutting him down? Like, I seen the news and stuff, and I was like, is this real, or is he trolling? Like, I don't know, because, Alex, like, he's an entertainer. He's a performer, right? So when I saw the story, I'm like, they're shutting him down. And then I was trying to listen to some of the stuff, and then it just didn't make sense. He was saying stuff like, I'm going to call the police on the feds. But the feds came in and they were going to shut him down. But, like, was there like a standoff? I didn't see no federal agents. Like, was there a reason? Did they knock on the door? Did they send a letter? Did they bum rush the studio? Some people saying he slept in the studio. InfoWars is still up and running right now. I'm sure they're broadcasting as we speak. But I just have a lot of questions. In fact, they are broadcasting live right now. The show is here. It's still going. It's continuing. It's here. But when I first saw the story, I was like, I don't think they're gonna shut him down. Like, I don't know. Chat, let's just start. He was mocking, right? Yeah. I thought he was mocking. Yeah. I read an AP article that said the courts are liquidating his media corps. Really? He said he was going to the FBI to tell on the FBI. Now, I saw local police. There were phone calls going back and forth trying to take his LLC away from him so he can't pay his employees and such. Matt Earth Theory says he does this like once every quarter. I thought it was a publicity stunt. Robert Barnes said it had to do with bankruptcy officer. Oh. They're trying to take his LLC. Interesting. Well, free Alex Jones, free InfoWars. Tell the feds, cease and desist, fall back. We need this good content. You know what I mean? We need to keep Alex Jones' situation going and alive. So best of luck to them. I hope, he said, yes, they are trying to liquidate and confiscate, says Mike. Damn. Really? Because of the bankruptcy? Damn. Stuart said, I bet them donations went up. Yeah. What kind of bankruptcy did he get? Did he get the kind that you got to pay into, or the kind that is just absolved immediately? Is it a 13? Is it a 7? Well, this is corporate, so it might be different. Yeah, that sucks. Free Alex Jones. Anyway, before we get to the Caitlin Clark stuff, I want to give you an update on the LawTube situation. Remember we were talking last week with the LawTube situation, and we were talking about Viva Fry and the Rumble affiliation, and I told everybody, I was like, I'm pretty sure he's affiliated with Rumble, right? Well, duh, it's right on his profile. Legal Mindset says no Rumble affiliation, yet he got the Rumble mark next to Viva Fry. Now let's go ahead and just fact check this. And he does have the Rumble symbol next to his name. And yeah, Rumble video. And it's, what do these cost? I think these cost like $10K a month or something like that. I forget what the cost is for this affiliate, but it's pretty pricey. So maybe there were no contracts drawn up. I don't know what kind of dealings Viva Fry has with Rumble, but if he's got that tag next to his name, he got some good dealings with Rumble. I don't know what the deal looks like or anything like that, but he's got some dealings with Rumble. And to deny that, it's a bit grifty. It's a bit grifty. Okay? Now, the clapback happens. Legal Mindset calls him out. Law 2 beef takes another turn for the worst. And now we have this clip from Viva Fry and Barnes Law. Let's take a look.
They went full, Law 2 went full legal. You never go full legal.
Robert, I tell you, I want to avoid. I try to avoid it because I don't. I mean, I the infighting I don't care for, but I'm not going to respond to stupid accusations and stupid allegations. But then after I get blocked,
they're busy libeling us. They created a fake because they're deliberately choosing to engage and entertain and profit from the Ricada hating trolls. Those people are flooding my chats. They went and created a fake locals page of me. There's a bunch of people at vivabarneslaw.locals.com that are following it. They don't know it. Locals is trying to fix it in order to get fake statements up about me. They're creating deep fakes about me. They're trying to raid a bunch of, they brigade anybody's chats or comments or anywhere elsewhere. It's generally frankly, you could ask Nick Ricada. It's a bad idea to entertain these people. For example, the Kiwi Farms crowd, they're busy trying to crowdfund so they can get the body cam footage of his kids and broadcast it to the world. That's just sick, disgusting people. That's who they're dealing with. Well, we'll deal with it with Legal Mindset. If you come after me and libel me repeatedly, as well as flood my chats and the people that are part of our community with what's known as toxic Twitter, which is what he was doing.
Toxic Twitter? Nigga, all of Twitter is toxic. What the fuck is he talking about?
Then maybe I'll take the time to ask and research why it is you suddenly left the state of Florida and went to Southeast Asia as a single man. And maybe when I do, I'll find that you chose the town in Thailand most infamous for one thing. You know what that thing it's most infamous for? The town Legal Mindset chose to leave Florida for, to live in Thailand and to legally provide services to other, let's say, similarly situated individuals, is a town world famous for which documentaries have been made for child prostitution. That's where he chose to live. I wonder if that's a coincidence. What motivated that shift? But if these people are going to, do this kind of thing, well, all right, all bets are off. I wouldn't recommend it personally, just as a matter of professional strategy.
They not playing fair over there in Law 2. They're not playing fair over there in Law 2. Legal Mindset versus Viva Fry, Viva Barnes. Saga continues. I'll keep you up to date as I see them because I follow all three of these guys. Nasty work. That's nasty work. Now, I do know from working with Legal Mindset that he doesn't work with individuals overseas. He actually works for corporations and he's got a job. Like he works for a big corporation out there. So, yeah, it's getting nasty. Anyway, next up on the Grifter of the Day list, the Mises Caucus. Now, the Mises Caucus has issued a statement. Dave Smith dropped out. They put Rechtenwald in there. Pause. That name is crazy. That's a crazy name. I'm going to read you some of this. And now last week, we had Rechtenwald himself, right? And I said to you that the way he spoke wasn't presidential. And we went through all of that. And I think this is the way it should have been communicated. The debacle inside the Mises Caucus. I think this is a much better way. So here's what happened, okay? Though we helped reelect Angela McArdle as chair and won 3/4 of the 17-member National Libertarian National Committee, The headline is that our endorsed presidential ticket of Michael Rectenwald and Clint Russell failed to win the LP nomination. As disappointing as this is, context is important. So here's the context. It says here, Dr. Rectenwald, I got to call him Dr. R because that name is crazy. Dr. R was the first place candidate through the first 5 ballots and lost only after the third place candidate, Mike Termott, struck a deal with the second place candidate, Chase Oliver. Oliver, in exchange for Termott's endorsement, agreed to endorse Termott for the vice presidential nomination. For the record, Termott had always claimed he was a member of the Mises Caucus and had made multiple private assurances that, if it became clear he could not win, he would endorse Dr. R. After this dubious bargain, Oliver eliminated Rectenwald. Oliver eliminated Dr. R, but still lacked the majority needed to win. In the final round, exactly 300 delegates, nearly all Mises Caucus, stood strong and voted for none of the above. Okay. Many other delegates who were opposed to Oliver, both Mises and not, held their noses and voted for him in fear that not having a presidential candidate by convention's end would mean the loss of ballot access in several states. So, Chase Oliver, who promises to be one of the worst candidates in the LP's history, he is by far the least qualified person to appear on our ticket, backed into the nomination in an atmosphere of parliamentary chicanery, backroom dealings, and sheer exhaustion. A defeat that the Mises Caucus, to be sure, and one that stings badly, but not exactly a sign that the LP has regressed in Bill Weldian levels. Now, before I finish reading this, again, I like how he handled this. I like how he spilled the beans in a professional manner. But what the fuck was going on in the minds of those other delegates? You were concerned that you might not have a ballot? I think it's better to have nobody on the ballot than the wrong person on the ballot. Like that, to me, I would have been like, nah, fuck the ballot, fuck this election. You wasn't going to win no way. You weren't going to win anyway. So why? So he goes into talking about why Dr. R was a nominee. He says the short answer is that he was the only one who stepped up. Everyone knows the plan all along was to nominate Dave Smith. Many of you found the Mises Caucus because of Dave Smith. Dave Smith told us he would run. Dave Smith was with us up until and through Reno, where he literally accepted the mantle of leadership of the Liberty Movement from Dr. Ron Paul's own hand. After all that, however, Dave Smith eventually decided not to run. Before Dave's announcement, as it became increasingly more clear that he might not run after all, we started reaching out to possible replacements. We asked every libertarian we could find who had the requisite communication skills, professional accomplishments, and most importantly, personal character needed for such a monumental task, and they all said no. This is what's wrong with politics, man. It's weird. And I understand the game, but this and this, like, destroy any hope of having a good candidate. Professional accomplishments, I don't put that much stock into professional accomplishments. I just don't. Maybe I'll do a slide on that one day on why professional accomplishments don't mean anything. One of them is because, like, going to school just requires you to show up and pay money. So if you become a doctor, all you did was show up, take some tests, and write a bunch of papers, and, now we're supposed to listen to you about the pandemic, and you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, and then personal character. It's like, when you say personal character, what are you saying? You need some milquetoast guy who's not going to be rough around the edges. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania just elected, who's the goofball Pennsylvania elected? What's his name again? He can barely talk. He didn't have the personal character. You know what I mean? So I hate that that puritanism that still exists in these political parties. Fetterman. Yeah, Fetterman. It's like if Fetterman can win, you don't have to run somebody off of personal character and communication skills and all of that. Run somebody who can get the job done. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll have to do a slide on that one day. You know, what does it mean to get the job done? Hotep Jesus? We'll talk about it. Anyway, he says, or maybe later today, depending. We promise you every such libertarian who has crossed your mind also crossed ours, and that he or she said no, even Spike Cohen, who could have instantly unified the LP, even Clint Russell, who did bravely step up to run with our support for the vice presidential nomination, declined to seek the top spot. Only Dr. R said yes, humbly running the best campaign. Da 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 la 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 la. More announcements coming this week. Yeah. So, you know, Mises, you know what it is, man? I really don't want to be racist, but since this is a racist episode, they got a white boy problem over there.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You got a white boy problem over there. And when I say white boy, I'm talking about the collegiate stush is a word we use in the Caribbean. You know, clean cut. You're the Libertarian Party, okay? You're not going to fucking win. What you need to do is you need to take the motherfucker most unlike the Republicans, most unlike the Democrats. Forget the doctors and the attorneys. Y'all supposed to be anarchists, anti-state. You're supposed to be alternative. You were supposed to take somebody that's fucking high on pot, you know, dressing like a vagabond, and throw his ass up there and say, yo, this is our guy. He represents we the people. You might have a chance. But when you put somebody on that stage who looks like Donald Trump, who looks like Joe Biden, who looks like Vivek, who talks like Mike Pence, that's what you call lack of sales experience. Okay? Sales experience, and I guess we're creating the slide verbally now. Sales experience says, what is your unique value proposition? What's your UVP? What is your unique sales proposition? USP. Because if you bringing me this clean cut guy, I'm not fucking voting for him. Give me the guy that's showing up with guns strapped to him, who got some jeans on and a t-shirt with some rock band on it, long hair. You know, somebody looks like Aaron Rodgers.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I'd have found whatever white boy that could talk well and look like Aaron Rodgers to run for our political campaign. Fuck the suits. Fuck the doctor shit. You're the Mises caucus. You're supposed to be different. Michael Heiss, call me. I will coach y'all through this shit. The problem is y'all got too much fucking experience. That's the big problem. Y'all got too much experience. That is such a thing where somebody is inside this bubble so long. It's like when you're inside the box for so long, you can't describe the box to other people because you're inside of it. Sometimes what you need is somebody outside the box to tell you, yo, this is how your box looks. Because you got blind spots. And that's why I'm saying, Mike Heiss, call me. And what we can do is we can experiment with alternatives. Because trying to run, you see what happened. You see what happened. You put these people in place because they had the professional experience and all of that. And they backstabbed you. They made backdoor deals. Which means to tell me y'all need to stop fucking dealing with people based upon what the resume says. The resume is not how you hire people. You have to choose alternative methods on hiring people. Because they wearing a suit and they got a degree don't mean shit. It's disgusting to see the Mises Caucus go out like this because y'all motherfuckers want somebody clean cut. Because y'all want somebody that looks like the people on the news. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Rudy said, HJ, let me know. Y'all should have ran Rudy. Now, I do got to say, Rudy got to turn it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But y'all would have been better off running Rudy in the LP. And when I say a little bit, just a smidge. Just a smidge. You don't want to turn Rudy down too much because then we won't have Rudy anymore. You know what I mean? He said, you mean like Adam Kokesh? What? Not like Adam Kokesh. Last time I checked, did Adam Kokesh does he have facial hair? Dave Smith was a good pick. I wouldn't have picked Dave Smith. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I wouldn't have picked Dave Smith. I wouldn't have picked him. I got behind them because I thought that was their guy and, you know, it's probably their best shot, but I wouldn't have picked them. I wouldn't have picked them. You need somebody, you know, Dave Smith is too good. He's too good at playing the game, right? Like you saw him go do PBD and debating Chris Cuomo and, you know, like the last candidate I want running for my party is the guy that's an expert on Israel and Palestine.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's the last guy. The guy that's running around having debates about Israel and Palestine, like obviously your mind is preoccupied with other things. I wouldn't have picked him. He's not thinking about America. He ain't talking about the shit that we really need to be talking about. I'd have told him, look, go fucking debate Israel, Palestine, and go be a foreign policy advisor or some shit. But right now, what we need is a cold-blooded America first motherfucker.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's what we need. Somebody's going to talk about these borders. Somebody's going to say, end the Fed, like Ron Paul. You're going to fill those shoes, you got to fill those shoes. Let's stay focused. Ron Paul didn't come out and say end the war in Vietnam. He didn't say end the war. No, he said end the Fed.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I don't want to, I just wouldn't have ran Dave Smith. He's a comedian. I need somebody that's really fucking serious and will punch somebody in the fucking mouth.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's what the Libertarian Party needs to find. They need an Aaron Rodgers type motherfucker. If the LP don't put an Aaron Rodgers type motherfucker up, they're not trying to compete. They're not trying to compete. You need somebody that's hitting the gym, you know, somebody that's on Apex. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to take away from Dave Smith. I'm just saying he's not the guy I would have picked. Yeah, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. I don't want somebody running around telling jokes running my party. I need somebody that's pissed the fuck off. Like Rudy, to step up there and speak for the people. Matt Earth Theory said we need a president that can take a leg kick. Facts. So, good luck to Mises. Hey, if y'all need some consultant help, hit me up. We'll talk through it, man. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let's talk about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark dealt with some adversity as a rookie. Cat Turd hops in and he says, this isn't basketball. This is racism. Now, people have asked me, they said, Hotep Jesus, what is the woke right? Well, it's very simple. If you apply the same principles, the same perception of the left, and it starts looking like the right, then you got the woke right.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You got red wokes. That's what you got. You got the woke right, you got red wokes. Because for years we heard people argue, oh, stop saying racism. Everything is racism. If everything is racism, then nothing's racism. And now bitches having a basketball game is racism. Grown-ass men all weekend was arguing. I had a tweet go viral. I didn't even write this shit with the intention of the shit going viral. I was just shocked and appalled that people put so much stock into this conversation. But grown-ass men wasn't taking their Apex. 45% off in Strong Dad June. Coupon code Strong Dad June. Was on the internet arguing over women's sports. Again. Calling this shit racism. What are we really doing out here? I've never seen a more unprincipled group of people in my life. Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock says, in many respects, the obstacle course confronting Caitlin Clark in the WNBA is more difficult than the path that Jackie Robinson traveled, integrating with the MLB in 1947. What? Caitlin Clark is the new Jackie Robinson? Hey, yo, is Renee in the chat? I got a couple of ideas here. I want to do Driving Miss Daisy, right? In the front seat, I want Jason Whitlock. And in the back, I want Caitlin Clark. Can you do Driving Miss Daisy? That's the first idea, okay? The second idea is Caitlin Clark in the back of the bus on some Rosa Parks shit. In that order. Renee's here. Let's go. Driving Miss Daisy. Whitlock driving. Yeah, he's grifting way over the speed limit. And Caitlin Clark in the back. And then the other one is Caitlin Clark as Rosa Parks. Can we get those so I can hit the timeline? Because I can't believe this shit. It's not jealousy because, you know, the amount of money these rookies are coming in getting. It's not rookie initiation. It's not competitive sports. It's racism. Really, nigga? Racism? In high school, I dated a girl who was a basketball player. And she's a really good basketball player. And I used to go to her games. And let me tell you, those girls get down and dirty. It was a fight like almost every game. Like every game. You thought boys sports was competitive? No, girls sports is wild. Wild. If you ever did a co-ed match and you take boys, I would say between the ages of, I would say 12 and under, and you pit the boys against the girls destroy the boys. They play rougher, they play tougher. It's not until the boys hit puberty that they start to take over. But the girls be whooping the boys' ass, the boys be crying, and the girls be laughing. Girls are very, very jealous and competitive. And, well, let's go to the next clip. Can't believe we had to talk about this. I can't believe this is the story of the day. Stephen A. Smith catching fire over on ESPN. Let's take a look.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So this is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break. And we didn't necessarily go there, and maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. When you right, no. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are gonna say you know, and Stephen A., I know you're gonna you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right. Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go. You guys. So did
You know you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A., I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I got you. You my guy, but I'm talking to you.
Guys,
I really
You
appreciate
missed my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take. You missed a lot.
Stephen A., 3 years ago, you were not talking about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A.
Do my
point.
job. Please let me do my job. We've gone for 40 minutes straight. It was a riveting discussion. I have to get in the commercial break.
All this over women's sports? And she right. Ain't nobody was talking about the NBA until WNBA until Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark became the arch nemesis to each other. When they became oil and vinegar. When they became Batman and the Joker. When they became enemies. Nobody gave a damn. Nobody cared. But you know what makes the WNBA popular more than anything else? Is the same ingredient that makes everything great, brings all the grifters into the yard. Can anybody tell me what that ingredient is? In the chat, little participation here. Did she call him a coon? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Right here. How do you sell more women's basketball tickets? Sprinkle a little bit of racial salt on it.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
The great black grifting. If you take 1 part white, 1 part black, put them in opposition to each other, you can make anything go viral. You can make anything seem interesting, including women's basketball. Something that nobody has ever thought about buying tickets to watch. Not even women buy tickets to go see. Okay? That's all it takes. Just a little bit of racial salt. Sprinkle that on top. Now, spilled over into the hip hop world. I'm sorry. Changing gears here. So it seems to be a little bit of tiff between Anthony Edwards, who was in the finals, the Western Conference Finals, and rapper Cam. Let's listen.
My real gripe, to be honest with you, was Adidas. So Adidas, this is what y'all want to do, because Anthony Edwards he's the talent. I deal with the bosses. Adidas, this is what y'all want to do? I'm just asking. This is what y'all want to do? Because listen, when I had Sebastian Telford on the show and he was dissing y'all called me and was like, yo, could we work something out? Like, so y'all don't talk about Adidas on the show. And I'm like, I don't got no beef with y'all. So that's Sebastian Telford's beef with y'all. I can give y'all his number and y'all can work out whatever y'all going to work out. But I don't have a problem with you. That's what I told them. But, since, I was going to let it go, but they all in the comments and everything else. So what I did was.
What they say in the comments?
Like, they'll show the commercial and they'll be like, that's right. Little shit, nothing crazy. It wasn't nothing bad.
Yeah.
But what I did do was this. I have a female that I'm working with this football season. Her name is Arabia Iman. She's a beast. I can't wait to look forward to her. She's a football analyst. Me and her are going to be working very, very closely this football season. And what we did was we put together a little clip that I'm about to play for y'all. All the people that got hurt wearing Adidas. Derrick Rose, Amon Shepard, Leon Messi, John Wall, Kevin Ware, RG3. Matter of fact, I don't even have to do it. Let's get ready to go to the clip, Nick. Adidas, Arabia Iman. Here we go.
Injuries can be the worst part of the game, and when they happen at the highest level of professional sports, a lot is on.
Now, I just want to stop right here really fast. Big corps, especially Adidas, you know what happened with them and Ye. But last thing you want to do is fuck with a rapper, especially a seasoned rapper, a veteran, okay? A vet who's used to beef, used to diss records. These people are very creative. This is about to get ugly.
On the line, health and well-being, money, career longevity, endorsements. Speaking of endorsements, here are some of the most notable sports injuries across sports genres while the player was wearing Adidas. Let's start with Kevin Ware. This was one of the most gruesome sports injuries ever. Louisville versus Duke. Kevin Ware went up for a block and came down.
I remember that.
Snapped his leg in half. Reggie Bush sustained a PCL injury in his second season in the NFL. A year later, he had an MCL sprain, then later injured that same knee's meniscus. Reggie Bush entered the NFL in 2006 and had a portfolio of off-field branding deals, including Adidas, which didn't end until 2013. In that time, Reggie Bush missed at least a cumulative season's worth of games due to injuries. 49ers running back Frank Gore sustained a knee injury in the end zone during a playoff game. He was assisted by medical personnel as he was unable to immediately get himself up. Over the course of his long, illustrious career, Kevin Garnett battled multiple leg injuries. He was a marquee endorser for Adidas. In 2012, rookie sensation Robert Griffin III breathed life into the Redskins organization and had fans on an absolute high. Well, that high quickly turned into a low when he tore his ACL and LCL in a playoff matchup versus the Seahawks. After Tracy McGrady sustained a knee injury and underwent surgeries, the quickness and first step T-Mac once had was never the same.
Not
Derrick
T-Mac.
Rose tore his ACL while driving to the basket in the first game of the 2012 playoffs. All injuries are unfortunate, but this one felt especially tragic because we all saw the impact he had on that team and on the game as a whole. The list really goes on. Here are a few more injuries players sustained while wearing Adidas. Iman Shumpert tore his ACL during a first-round playoff game. Donovan Mitchell was expected to miss Game 5 versus the Celtics this year with a calf injury. 2 years ago, Damian Lillard left Portland's game versus Miami with a calf injury. That same year, James Harden was expected to miss a month with a foot injury. And it's not just the NBA and NFL. This year, it was reported that Lionel Messi would not play in Argentina's 2 friendlies against the U.S. due to a right leg injury. Paulo Dybala
Messi? Cam ain't playing.
Suffered a left quad injury and was facing 4 to 8 weeks of rest, putting the World Cup in jeopardy. This year, Mohamed Salah injured his hamstring in Egypt's draw against Ghana. Former #1 tennis player Ana Ivanovic retired from tennis at the age of 29 due to injuries. Is it a curse? Is it a coincidence? Is it a pattern? Let's talk about it.
Damn.
Now, Adidas, this could go on because what I did do was reach out to Kevin Ware. For people that don't know who Kevin Ware is, that's the guy at Louisville whose leg actually, his bone came through his skin. He's wearing Adidas socks, Adidas sneakers, and everything else. So I'm reaching out to him, and we're getting ready to do the Kevin Ware documentary. It's not locked in. I got resources in my team reaching out. So we're going to work on that this week. But that's my goal this week. We're going to do the Kevin Ware documentary. Then I'm going to reach out to Kevin Garnett and everybody else that we just saw get hurt. And we're going to put the Adidas, why do players and athletes get hurt? Because it's not just basketball. It's not just football. It's soccer. It's tennis. And the list goes on for different sports. So we're going to start the hashtag Pray for Ant-Man. But Adidas, let's do it. I'm excited.
Damn. Hashtag Pray for Ant-Man? So where did all this start from? This started from the fact that Adidas ran a commercial ad for their sneakers for Ant-Man. And in there, they read one of Cameron's critiques of Ant-Man and, basically said F Cameron, right? So Cam, like, he took that personally. He's like, are you going to try and come at me with your multi-billion-dollar corporation? Say less. I control the culture. You don't. I'm about to stop wearing Adidas my damn self. First it was Ye. Now Cam. We canceling Adidas in the culture, y'all.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
And I got a lot of Adidas. So I don't think I'm going to be buying any more. We're going to go to the phone lines in just a sec to talk about Caitlin Clark with our listeners and our watchers. But first, it's time for the Super Dap of the day. Super Dap of the Day brought to you by Super Dap. Make sure you go follow them on social media. Super Dap AI. That's 2 P's. And join our Telegram group in the link in the description box below. Crypto Hotep is dropping plays in there and meme coins and all types of conversations. So if you want to learn about investing, crypto investing specifically, join the group. It's free. And the link is in the description box below. That being said, let's go to our first dap of the day. Your boy Elon. BX, we had her on the show a few months back. She said it's right there in fine print. So, Jake Shields, who many of you know, he says, next month is going to make me give my ID to an Israeli company connected to their intelligence agency. My ID has my home address on it. I get weekly death threats to me and my family from Israel and IDF members, even write my name on bombs. Okay. Now we see allegedly a bomb with his name on it. And Jake Shields says, hey, Elon Musk, some of us with verified accounts have been publicly threatened by the IDF. Do you think it's a good idea to hand over our home address to the Israeli government when their soldiers are threatening to kill us? And Elon says, why would we have your home address? To which BX responds, she says, it's right there in the fine print. Musk can't even keep tabs on his own company's privacy practices. Says X may store full name, address. So is Elon playing dumb here? Is he playing dumb or... Chat, what's going on with Elon? Is he playing dumb? Or is he doing so much he just can't keep track of his corporations? I think we need to raise hell to get this changed and overturned, because it's just frankly despicable. Mr. Freedom would do something like this. Anyway. Patrick Webb says, breaking, the U.S. Government plans to launch heavily criticized federal ID program, Real ID, for domestic air travel on May 7, 2025, banning all adults from domestic flights unless they have replaced traditional state-issue IDs with Real IDs, raising significant concerns about privacy and state surveillance. Says, once implemented, adults will be banned from the... Okay, we did that one. 2005, Homeland Security, origination. EFF likens Real ID to the Social Security number, which began as an innocuous identifier but evolved into a crucial component of numerous government services and private databases of personal information. ACLU shares these concerns, emphasizing the financial and administrative burdens of Real ID. The ACLU has joined states in opposing the law and advocating for its repeal. It says here, the move towards Real ID underscores a troubling trend of increased state surveillance and diminishing citizen privacy. As we approach the 2025 deadline, it's crucial to critically assess the implications of this program and reach out to local and state legislatures for disapproval of these programs. So just so you know, we talk about CBDCs from time to time on this show, and Real ID is going to be coupled with that. They're basically one and the same in many ways. And yeah, so if you plan on traveling next year and you ain't got a Real ID, you better have your passport on you. fucking tragic. Between that and the Elon news, like, damn, bro. Anyway, let's head to the phone lines. Text Hotep your name to 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right? We've got some great categories tonight, including athletes.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Season's COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year Award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons look alike to me. Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through. No one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it.
4, 3,
Thank God.
2, 1.
We back. We got Rudy on the line. Rudy, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Hotep? Jesus, what's going on, everybody in the chat? I'm going to come in and out. Bing, bang, bong. Wu-Tang forever. Anybody who's up on the timeline bitching about him beating up the man chick, I would like you to go back and look at a guy named Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan and what they did to that man when he was an up-and-coming rookie in the NBA, how they beat him down, how the Detroit Pistons had what was called the Jordan rules. Every time he gets inside the foul line, knock him on his ass, okay? And if the NBA hadn't softened up their rules to where you can't hand check, can't touch, can't push, put the flagrant foul 1 and 2 in, you wouldn't see such a soft brand of men's basketball that the women are playing classic basketball, beat you down basketball, and the men are playing pussy ball. So let's tighten up, ladies and gentlemen, and remember a guy named Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I dare anybody who's on the timeline crying about Caitlyn getting knocked down to go look at Bill Laimbeer and what that man used to do to everybody. Go look at classic NBA and tell me, if Caitlyn's just not getting a rookie treatment in a game, and she's getting eyes, and we shouldn't even be arguing about the WNBA because it sucks. Until a woman can dunk, either drop the rim so they can dunk, or watch a real sport, man. Watch a real sport, because this is ridiculous, man. Y'all are ridiculous, man. They're ridiculous, brother. They're ridiculous. And man, you talk to that LP guy, man. I'll be the one, man. I can tone it down with the cussing, bro. Trust me. If I need to go into an environment where I can be still be agitated and not cuss, I can do it. But luckily, I'm here on the Grift Report, man, and I'm working on it, brother. I'm working on it. But I love you, brother. Yo, go for it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did 2 Mises events, okay? And so you take this with a grain of salt. But from seeing who's showing up at their events, you are a guy, if they could teach you their ways, would be like a god, over there, okay? There are some very strange people that showed up, okay? And when I say strange, I just mean, different.
HJ, the chat's to saying no.
I took care of it. I took care of it.
Okay. All right, brother.
So thanks for the heads up. So yeah, I think a guy like you, is, well, you're strange, right? And I think that's why you fuck with me, because, well, I'm fucking strange, right? Like, we're all fucking different, and that's why we don't fit into the greater society for whatever reason it might be, right? And that's why I think a guy like you will be perfect, a candidate to run. Do you agree when I say, they need to stop running these suits?
Stop running the suits and stop running the slick talking racists.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I said, I like Clint Russell. He's got some good ideas, but he's a DL racist, man.
Is he the one that was? Wasn't he on the racial grift?
He's the Tower Gang. He's the
That's right.
Man, look at the anti-white rhetoric. I'm gonna tell you what. Here's the unstoppable libertarian ticket: Rudy the Vet and Hotep Goldstein. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're not gonna whack me. I'm gonna get to run around and say whatever I want. And if I win, they definitely won't whack me, because they don't want the Nephilim to run the country, because the Nephilim will set them all straight.
Oh my God.
So Goldstein, let's start. Goldstein, let's start the grift, my brother, man. The vet and Goldstein 2028 Libertarian ticket, man.
There it is. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, brother. I love y'all, man. Be good. Peace, everybody.
Hotep and Bill. Rudy Goldstein, presidential ticket. I love it.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I love it. They got my vote. I already know how they gonna run the country. I'm with it. Let's get it. Hold on, let's get Ann in here. I gotta let my homie get in. Pause. Oh shit. Did we? Oh man. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Just hold on a second. Just hold on a second. Oh, this is great. Hold on. Where am I going now? All right, let's go here. Let me find it. This has to be perfect. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Chat, you gotta help. We need some class participation. Now look. It's a quote tweet to his, she's Jackie Robinson, right? What should the caption be? Chat, what's the caption? I'm gonna read some super chats while y'all do that before we send this tweet out. We waiting on Ant to call in. Jabari Judah, $5 super.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
He says the Israeli and British Gov has had all your address, financials, and ID since 2003. Doesn't anybody read the fine print in the Patriot Act? Jabari, it's like you, Goldstein, and Rudy. Y'all say everything I just didn't want to say. Why you had to kill it like that? Damn. This is true. I forgot that was in the Patriot Act, though. I totally forgot that was that was specifically written in a Patriot Act. That's nasty work. And I keep telling people what's, when you talk about, oh, America, da, 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 da. Well, guess what? That's Western Civ. The crown, the star, the stripes.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
The crown, the star, the stripes. Mr. G 1804, $2 super. He said, did she just call him a coon? Listen.
Call from.
Yo, Aunt, you choppy. What's up, yo?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, what up?
What up, yo?
Yeah, I'm not really subscribing to the Adidas thing. Now, I think what Cam is doing is very creative, and they took a personal shot at him. But there's like a million other athletes that got hurt in Nike.
Here you come with the accuracy. This shit ain't about accuracy, man. This is war. This is a PR war. As long as enough people start to question Adidas, then they going, hey, listen, it's more about branding, right? Like we know it, we know it's not true that Adidas is the one, but maybe they are, right? Maybe there is something to that. Maybe somebody has to go do the numbers and see which shoes have the most players worn. Most injured players worn, right? If somebody did the data, what if it comes back Adidas?
Right. No. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. I'm really talking about the creativity with Cam. And I'm giving him his props because he took what they shot at him and took that ammo and fired the arrow right back at them in the most creative way possible, most strategic way possible, and most intelligent way possible. But he has that plug within the industry, and it just shows his creativeness and his roots from New York. They're playing with the wrong one, It's like, I feel like they took a shot at a rookie, and it's like, what are you doing, bro?
This is a seasoned vet we got over here in Cam, and he from Harlem. Harlem lived for this shit. They live to be fucking petty and crack jokes and, you know what I mean? Like, you want to play? I say less. Fuck around and find out. I'm gonna love this. I'm loving this. This is gonna be amazing.
No, exactly. It's gonna be amazing. I'm from upstate, but I got a couple homies from Harlem, and they don't play around when it comes to somebody taking shots at them. It's pretty much war and game over from that point. It's their game to be played. So I see him winning at the end of this. Like I said, I just don't just.
What do you do if you're Adidas?
What do I do if I Adidas?
Do you send him a check and say, "Yo, we want to sponsor"? Yeah, they're gonna have to cut the check. I think their pride won't let them know.
Fair throughout all the sports, like compared to Nike.
Mm-hmm.
At least with basketball, I think Nike has like a crazy number. I think they're over 90%. They control that market share, and Adidas is a small part of that. So they might have to cut the check because he is correct about the top faces of Adidas. Like Donovan Mitchell got hurt in the playoffs. He didn't finish. Damian Lillard got hurt. Dwight Howard in the past got hurt. He was dealing with a whole bunch of injuries. Even if it's not their fault, because the life of an athlete is it's inevitable. You're eventually going to get hurt. Everybody gets hurt. But their top guys that make up that brand all have had severe injuries. So even if it's not true that it's their brand doing it, it still looks that way. And that's what's most important. And now that Cam got that firepower, he is going to shoot those bullets right at them. So they definitely have to cut that check if they want this to go away.
All right, say less. Say less. I agree, by the way. I fucking agree. I'm about to roast Whitlock ass, and I'm only doing this because I'm in a similar situation as Cam, okay? Whitlock he challenged me and he tried to sun me, I should say. He tried to sun me last year on Twitter. Took a little shot with a quote tweet, basically saying I'm his junior and all this other shit. So if anybody wants to know why I got my foot on Whitlock neck is I operated under the same rules as Cam. You want to play? All right. Now you want to play by my rules. So
I get it. Hey,
Yeah,
man,
man.
do what you got to do. I got your back.
All right, yo, Tevin Bill.
All right. What's up, Bill?
Let's come back. We got some good quotes here. My fave so far is yes, Miss Caitlin. Yes, Miss Caitlin. I like that one so far. Let me see. Copy. Driving Miss Lazy. I don't want to take shots at Caitlin, but that's a good one. Driving Miss Robinson. I might do hashtag. Brandon said he sent you you sent the Rosa Parks one? I bet. I'm about to pull the Rosa Parks one up too. Yes, Miss Caitlin is perfect though. Whitlock Unchained. All right, hold on. Let's get focused. We're gonna get Goldstein in next. Let's get focused here. Yo, this is too good. This is too good. How could you not love this? How could this not go viral? If this doesn't do 1,000 reposts, there's no hope for the world. I'm Black Pill. Okay? All right, let's look for the Rosa Parks jump off. Where'd you send it to? I don't see it here. I don't see it here. Where'd you send it to? You sent it to Telegram or something? This is great. Goldstein, call in. Where's Goldstein? Let me text him. Let's get Goldstein in here. Let's hear from Goldstein on his Caitlyn situation. It wasn't letting you tag me? It wasn't letting you tag me?
Call from.
What? Goldstein, happy Strong Dad June.
Strong Dad motherfucking June.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Man, it's a great month. I love Strong Dad June. I like what it stands for. And I like that it's a lead-in to Goldstein July.
What do you mean Goldstein July?
Goldstein July.
Oh, Goldstein July?
Yeah.
Why is July Goldstein?
Because Kay said it was.
Shout out to Kay. Shout out to Kay.
She said it last year. I ran with it for the month. I'm running with it for the entire duration on Twitter.
Fuck it.
Goldstein July.
Fuck it. Goldstein July.
What everything Strong Dad June brings to the table by way of positivity, Goldstein July brings a whole different thing to the table.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the month where we let our inner Goldstein take over and just bang on motherfuckers' heads as hard as you possibly can.
It sounds like war.
Yeah. First peace, then war. You know, like the eagle on the bill. But Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
I only got one word for Whitlock. Fact. That's it. That's all I got to say to Whitlock. Moving on to Caitlin Clark. Come the fuck on with this shit. We can't be serious with this. First, and most importantly, more importantly than anything else, the shit is not a real sport. I want to make that crystal motherfucking clear. The shit is not a real sport. That shit is NASCAR.
What you
Ain't
mean?
nothing happening on that motherfucker. The shit sucks. It is not a real sport. Just because some bitches go out there and get sweaty doesn't mean they're actually engaging in sport. All right? That's the case. Fucking is a sport.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
That takes skill. That takes stamina. That takes all the dumb shit that people like to say qualifies something as a sport. The main thing that qualifies you as a sport, you got to be interesting, in my book. You got to be something that people actually want to engage with. And the only reason the WNBA is on the map right now is because of racism, not because it's a sport. And secondly, the bitch is dealing with racism. Let's make no mistake about it. Let's not fuck around and not think that them sisters is up in that locker room in close quarters calling that bitch all kinds of motherfucking crackers and honkies. All right? Let's not play that game. She's dealing with racism. But the thing is, it's not systemic, so it doesn't count. The league ain't the one pushing that bitch on her back. The league ain't the one knocking that hoe down, right? She ain't getting knocked down by commissioners and shit, so it's not nowhere close to Jackie Robinson. Fat. Get that right. All right?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
If she wants to fucking thrive in that league, her best bet, sling a few niggas out there when she knocks somebody down. That's how you do that.
What you said? What? Do what?
Sling out a few niggas when she knocks somebody on their ass, because you know she will, because she's historically a dirty player.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are showing what happened to her, but they not showing the play before when she's yelling shit at these bitches and cursing at them and pushing them and shoving. They're not showing the whole thing. They just showing you one side.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And you can't be a man and complain more than her, allegedly. That's what
facts.
you can't do.
That's facts.
So if she ain't talking about it, don't you say nothing about it. Don't be more of a lady than what we all clearly know is a man but are pretending is a lady. That's all I'm saying. Now.
Hold on a second before you go to your next point. You just remember your next point. Bookmark that.
Got it.
Now, I had a take. Love to hear your thoughts on this. I had a take on the racial aspect. Is she dealing with racism? And I thought the racism is coming from the Germans. I think it's the Germans behind her who have put that on her as the great white hope, which makes her a target on the other side, which is the racism you were talking about, right? But I think the racism started when everybody jumped on her bandwagon just because she was white and she could shoot. You see what I'm saying? So the racism didn't begin with niggas, because there's plenty of white girls in the league and they all licking each other coochie anyway. But when you prop her up, and then the media's unfair in their representation of Angel Reese compared to her, everybody else has made this thing racial and set her up to be a target when she got in the league. So I thought the racism's root was with the Germans.
It was. You know, they made this that thing. They made this from college when she got her hat handed to her by Angel Reese for that ring that she never got. They made this about race then. It's only been brewing. And now, because it's on the national stage in the professional realm, and the NBA grifts like no motherfucking nobody's business when it comes to race.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's just been a carryover and built up and blown up to such a degree that now everybody who ain't got no business in it is in it. So it just got messy.
That's exactly it. You ain't got no business talking about this shit, but here you are.
Here we motherfucking are. And so that leads me to my final take on this Caitlin Clark shit. All right. So this is more of along the lines of, I guess, a tinfoil kufi take. All this is an attempt by all the woke right bitches to pacify the more aggressive bitches of the league, black, white, or whatever. They're trying to pacify the more aggressive in the league to pave the way for the woke right's favorite type of woman, the ones with the dicks.
Oh, this is a real Hotep, brother.
Goddamn. Oh, boy. Here we go. It's problem.
That's all this is. This is, and if people don't believe that that's their favorite type of bitch, the ones with the dicks, if you don't believe that, then explain to me how motherfucking the punk on the beer can got way more publicity, fame, and money fucking with the woke right than Riley Gaines did. Make it make sense.
Oh, this is a real Hotep, brother.
It's their favorite type of bitch, and they want to see that bitch in the WNBA. Now, we know when they first start flooding these motherfuckers into that league, and you know goddamn well it's coming, they're not coming in looking like LeBron James. They're going to get some 150-pound soft nigga to go in that league, get beat the fuck around, become a martyr for the cause, and now everybody will accept the shit. But they need some of these more aggressive bitches to stand down. So they're going to use the racial grift to beat them over the head into pacification. Then once the corporations jump in, they're going to be hanging motherfucking endorsements deals over these bitches' heads. Like, if you want to keep this, you better chill out on Caitlin Clark. You better tone it down. They're going to pressure the league to make more rules. They're going to do all this shit to pave the way for what we all know goddamn well is coming. And that's my take on the Caitlin Clark shit.
The fact that they was able to manufacture this shit so easily.
That's right.
And everybody bit and turned woke.
Turned woke in the motherfucker. Now, like I said, once they use this as a catalyst to get the bitches in line, to give them that Ron Artest treatment, you know what I mean? Like, when Ron Artest wilded the fuck out in the league, everybody after that had all these special rules and conditions, both league-wise and contractually, that they couldn't do, say, talk, or be a certain way. And they're going to use race to fucking neuter these bitches. And then once they're neutered, they'll be able to slide any goddamn thing else under these motherfuckers, just like every other instance in society. Race first, then once the racial issue is broached, here come these motherfuckers. Here come those motherfuckers. All sliding in on that same motherfucking avenue. They do it in every other walk of life. I don't see no difference here.
Slithering in.
That's right. Riding in on our back. Riding in on niggas' backs. Here they come.
Whitlock goes to the bar and what? Orders a double shot of bacon grease. Come on, Jabari.
Facts. That nigga will wash down a whole 16 pancake meal with nothing but sausage. That's what he does. Nigga, You can't talk about nobody else in this motherfucking world shortcomings as long as we can see yours visually. Shut your ass up. Quit downing niggas all the goddamn time. Fat.
Yo, appreciate you, man.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Oh shit. Hold on. All right, what we going to caption this one? What we going to caption this one? Hold on. I'm putting it on the screen right now. What y'all? He got Caitlin Clark on Rosa Parks. What we going to title this one? Caitlin Clark's face on Rosa Parks' body on the bus. How you gonna title this one? What's the caption for this one? Y'all are terrible in the chat. Shout out to the Rumbles. We live over on Rumble, Hotep TV over on Rumble. Go show us some love. Hold on. I don't know why the thing's not working today. I'll have to look into that. Communism. White supremacy. Black Falcon, what, man? This is good, wholesome fun. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is good, wholesome fun. Let's see who the next caller is. Renee, that's too good. That is just too good. Oh, my bad. Strong Dad June. We can get Strong Dad in here. Let's talk to Strong Dad. Rosa Clark. All my life I had to struggle. Oh my God. Hold on. We're gonna put this together nice. We're gonna stitch this one up real good. Hold on.
Call from
Strong Dad.
Strong Dad, what's up, man? Happy Strong Dad June.
Happy Strong Dad June. Happy Strong Dad June. I'm over here painting Brody's house.
For real, for real?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, shout out to Brody.
Yeah. Shout out to Brody. You know what I'm saying?
Exterior, interior, what you doing?
Exterior. We're just doing exterior. It's not
okay.
Joint, you know what I'm saying? But first of all, I'm not gonna start no mess. But I do remember, all right, the arc of Strong Dad being bad guy started off of a debate where Goldstein said felons shouldn't be the leaders of political movements. So I propose that I am firmly against Goldstein and Rudy, especially being a part of a political movement, especially because it will neuter their power completely, because I agreed with Goldstein's overall premise. So I'm gonna just put that on the table. I think Rudy has more power in Hotep Nation just as Goldstein. I think if you put them in the Libertarian movement, then we're gonna lose them over the course of 5 years.
No,
they're gonna get buried.
I disagree.
Yes. Not that's hey, take it up with Goldstein, because what Goldstein told me, what he said, I agreed with him. I agreed with his overall premise. You know.
So now you agree with him.
During the debate, I didn't disagree with his standpoint. I only talked about those people being an exception, but even he himself said even I could get compromised. And that's something I respect enough to not want to put a man like that in the firing line of politics in general. But that's just a personal. You know what I'm saying? That's just personal.
Yo, Renee, we got to start watermarking these with something. You know what I'm saying? We got to throw hotepnation.com up on this bitch.
You can't let people steal that shit.
You know they gonna steal it.
So here's the thing. I think that
I don't think we'll lose them.
What?
I don't think. I disagree. No.
Why?
Because we gained a Libertarian Party.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
It's called an acquisition. It's an acquisition.
The Hotep Party.
Well, they just need the right leadership.
No. Then no.
They need the right leadership, and it would be a nice acquisition. If Hotepistan acquired the Libertarian Party, that would be a really solid acquisition, especially if we can get it on the cheap. They've got capital.
Weird swamp to drain. I don't know.
There's definitely a swamp to drain. There is definitely some cleaning out to do, and we are just the right ones to weed it out.
All right. I mean, maybe we propose this as an idea we throw around in the chat. You know what I'm saying? From here on, because I think that requires debate. But listen, first, I can't wait till Goldstein July. All right. I love Goldstein July. I like you know why? Because Strong Dad June, I know he said it's like, kind of the opposite where you give these niggas hell. I think Strong Dad June is a precursor to Goldstein July. Because a perfect example is what he was just talking about. When we started this last year, we were talking about how what goes viral, these, the trans shit, all of that goes viral because they give it the steam. They give it the power, right? And then what did Goldstein just now talk about? All last year during Father's Month, during Strong Dad June, all they did was talk about Bud Light. Every one of those grifters, their whole timeline was filled with Bud Light propaganda because they were so outraged. And I think that if you are as a strong dad, if you are looking at these things the way that I was, the way that Goldstein is, then you too are ignited to give these niggas hell come next quarter when Goldstein July comes around. That's why I think it's a precursor and a much, much needed thing. But on to this fat, coony ass nigga, Jason Whitlock. Listen, I have no respect for a man who is fat willingly. I don't. I have no fucking respect for a man. I don't give a fuck.
He's on the treadmill.
How long have you been on this motherfucking earth and you ain't thought, damn, I need to fix this? When your dick roots started disappearing, you should automatically be hitting the gym. He ain't, and we know damn well that nigga can't see nothing but the tip. Pause. I'm telling you right now, I got no respect for it. You're in a time where the access to information, you have so many. You can go to the fucking Walmart and you can make a whole entire home gym and roll out of your fucking bed, you fat turd, and do an exercise right there every morning, and you'll be trim in a year. I don't want to hear this shit. I got no respect for Jason Whitlock's fat coon ass. I think that, and also, here's the thing. He does this respectability politics bullshit. And my issue is that how can you play that, but you don't respect yourself? In order to present a better self for other people when they look at your fat ass, you have to have some fucking discipline. So how you going to talk about anybody else having no discipline, black people or nothing, and your fucking ass has zero discipline yourself? I got no respect for it, and that's all I got to say. Hotep and Bill.
Oh, man, Hotep and Bill. Damn. He really don't like Whitlock. Shout out to Jeffrey. Appreciate you. $20 Cash App.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate you. Rudy the Vet, $10 Super. Caitlin Clark and her white woman privilege is why I'll never mess with a white woman again. So any sisters or Latina, hit me up. Hey, Lauren. Acting up. Jabari Judah, $2 Super. He said Goldstein July. Jews lie. Oh, side quest. Come on, Jabari. Come on, man. Community service. You gotta do some community service for that one. We gotta reprimand you for that quote. Andre Brown, Cash App from now on. Oh, okay. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Dre Brown. Hold on a second. 10, 20, 22, 27, 29. We hit the goal. Whoa, we hit the goal. But it's not showing up. That's so weird. That's so weird. Hold on. We got a Dr. Fauci update. Let's get to the Dr. Fauci update. I want to see this. Let's see.
From harassment, there have been everything from harassments by emails, texts, letters of myself, my wife, my 3 daughters. There have been credible death threats leading to the arrests of 2 individuals, and credible death threats mean someone who clearly was on their way to kill me. And it's...
What? What? Hey, chat. Caps in the chat if you think that's cap. Caps in the chat if you think that's cap.
Death threats mean someone who clearly was on their way to kill me. And it's required my having protective services essentially all the time. It is very troublesome to me. It is much more troublesome because they've involved my wife and my 3 daughters.
At these moments, how do you feel?
Oh,
Keep
come
your
on.
mic on.
Oh,
Terrible.
Oh, come on. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, this the play they took. Poor Fauci. I'm crying. Oh, nah, he didn't do that. I know this.
Keep your mic on.
Terrible.
Do you continue to receive threats today?
Yes, I do. Every time someone gets up and says I'm responsible for the death of people throughout the world, the death threats go up. There have been...
Oh, shit. Oh, they slick. Did you hear that?
The death threats go up. That says I'm responsible for the death of people throughout the world, the death threats go up.
He's saying every time somebody says he killed some people, his death threats go up. You see how they tried to tie those two together? Like, don't call him out because then you want him dead, right? That's what they're trying to say here. Not calling into question his professional work. No. Your criticism might get him and his wife and his family killed. This is nasty work. This is nasty work right here. I can't believe this. I cannot believe it. COVID subcommittee. So the Democrats are softballing them.
To live their lives so they'd feel pressured to get vaccinated. Could we run the audio clip on that, please?
You think can be done about it. I have to.
Yeah, let's run that clip. Let's run that clip.
To live their lives so they'd feel pressured to get vaccinated. Could we run the audio clip on that, please?
You think can be done about it. I have to say that I don't see a big solution other than some sort of mandatory vaccination. I know federal officials don't like to use that term.
Once people feel empowered and protected legally, you are going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that When you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit.
Yo, he is true evil. Pure evil. Pure evil. Lock his ass up.
And they get vaccinated.
Thank you. Are all objections to COVID vaccinations ideological bullshit, Dr. Fauci?
No, they're not, and that's not what I was referring to.
Well, in reference to making it hard for people to get education, traveling, working, I'd say it very much was in context. And I take great offense to this. Miss Allison Williams testified before this committee about losing her job because she sought an exemption for ESPN's vaccine mandate, which came from recommendations from bureaucrats like yourself. She and her husband were actively working with a fertility expert, a physician, on how to get pregnant, and agreed with the premise that she was young, healthy, wanted to get pregnant, and shouldn't get the vaccination for medical purposes. But she was fired because you made it hard, just like you said in your statement, because you didn't want to make sure that the ideological bullshit got in the way of her working, of living her life, of making a medical decision with her healthcare professional. I think America should take great offense to this. That's exactly what you meant when you said making it hard for people to live without getting a vaccination. You affected people's ability to work, travel, be educated, to actually flourish in American society, to self-determine, as we're all given God-given rights. Shame on you. Dr. Fauci, you've become Dr. Fear. Americans do not hate science. I don't hate science. The American people hate having their freedoms taken from them. You inspired and created fear through mass mandates, school closures, vaccine mandates that have destroyed the American people's trust in our public health institutions. This fear you created will continue to have ripple effects over generations to come. You have already seen its effects in education, in the economy, and everything else. Quite frankly, you said, if you disagree with me, you disagree with science. Dr. Fauci, I disagree with you because I disagree with fear. And with that, I yield.
That didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for me. I don't like that prosecution. That prosecution was very light. Extremely light. We didn't hear about VAERS. We didn't hear about death. We didn't hear the words "died suddenly." It's sounding. It's looking softball to me. It's giving softball. That's. I'm just saying. Chat. Did anybody disagree with me? Put the baseball emoji in the chat if you think that was a softball question. Or softball or cross-examination, prosecution, whatever you want to call it. Put them in the chat if you agree. If you think it's a homer, throw the bat in there. Throw the bat in there. I think it's kind of late. Unless you getting in his ass, pause. All right. MTG, you would expect MTG to be all over this shit, right? Let's see if she's control ops or not.
Mr. Fauci, you were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes
Again,
or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
The games, the theater, 30 seconds wasted on, do you represent science? Where are you going with that? And now y'all doing the back and forth thing because it's theater. And they're acting out the play. This is scripted. It just feels scripted. And now here they are playing their WWF games. WWE games. It's wrestling.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes.
Nigga. Give a fuck about them dogs, motherfucker.
Oh, this a real Hotep.
What? What? You done made this shit about experimenting on dogs? Is that some sort of play because everybody loves dogs? You know what to make them get them? Everyone loves dogs. Let's show him what he does to the dogs. What the fuck? Nobody give a shit about them dogs. Dr. Fauci, oh my God, this is easy. This is a cakewalk.
For animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent, and it needs to stop. Mr. Fauci, you also represent the type of science that where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6
said.
feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made any.
Oh my fucking God. We talking about mass and social distancing? Nigga, 2 words died suddenly. If them ain't the 2 words that's coming out of your mouth, you might as well keep whatever you got. This is theater.
Anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You
I
made it
didn't
up
say
as you went.
I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on. But you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science.
Look at the white men around her. Look at the white men around her. They're like, what the fuck? The fuck is this bitch talking about? They are confused. The dude next to her, he started eating. He like, man, I'm about to have lunch because this is some bullshit. And the dude to the right, he like, what the fuck?
That you represent. NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor. You're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim
Mr.
my
Chairman,
time.
objection.
I reclaim.
Oh my God. She is insufferable. Royce White for Senate. Make sure I go watch the interview with Royce White. I posted on the channel this morning. Good Monday morning. Go watch that.
My time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
Point of order.
Just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because it.
Oh my brother. Oh my God. This is what you fucking made an objection about? Is this what you made an objection about? Like you could have just let her finish her time and just move on. He had to interject to protect Fauci's title. More theater.
In my time,
More grifting.
that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend. The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum.
You know what? We can do that hearing about the poor men that were injected with syphilis, because I support you in that. That's horrific.
She went straight for the, this is a black man, let's talk about Tuskegee play.
And this government that
I
does
would
things
urge
like that to
Ms.
Americans doesn't have decorum to the American
Mr.
people.
Chairman,
The gentleman is out of
point of
order.
regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
Decorum.
Recognize the point of order. Go ahead with your point of order.
You got it.
No, I mean, I was going to say what Representative Raskin said. That's completely unacceptable to be able to deny Dr. Fauci, who's here, a respected member of the medical community, his title, and that's actually a personal attack on his character.
And I have instructed her.
He's not respected.
And I've instructed her to address him as a doctor.
They just up here wasting our taxpayer money. They just up here stealing money. That's all this is. Stealing our time and our energy, so you stealing our money.
I'm not
Gentlelady
addressing
shall
him as
continue.
doctor. Let's talk about
Mr. Chairman,
this.
I
I'm
would
reclaiming
move that
my
the woman's
time. I'm reclaiming my time.
Words get taken
I'm
down.
reclaiming my time.
Second that.
Point of order.
Suspend.
All right.
A member can only move to have words. I'm sorry. The issues we are debating are important ones that members feel deeply about. And while vigorous disagreement is part of the legislative process, as I said at the beginning, members are reminded that we must adhere to established standards of decorum in debate. This is a reminder that it is a violation of House rules and the rules of this committee to engage in personalities regarding other members or to question the motives of a colleague. Remarks of that type are not permitted by the rules and are not in keeping with the best traditions of our committee. The chair will enforce these rules of decorum at all times and urges all members to be mindful.
Individual. I believe that it applies the rule on taking down whether or not it applies to individuals.
Or character of another member or the witness. You may proceed.
Thank you. This was a time in history where you got to throw out the first pitch at the Washington Nationals baseball game while Americans were forced to stay home.
So now she's going to the, how come you didn't wear your mask, Fauci?
And watch such events that they love from at home alone on their televisions. And what a hypocrisy this picture shows. Here you are without your mask, with empty seats everywhere. Remember the cardboard cutout fans? That was one of the most insulting things to Americans, having to watch the games from home where you got to go and enjoy the game and sit right next to people not following the 6 feet of distancing, not wearing your mask, and everyone else was forced to stay home and stop enjoying life. And your science here, your science is displayed perfectly in this picture where children in school were put.
See, this picture right here should have been a cemetery. That's what this should have been. It should have been a cemetery, not a school. She's all off the mark.
In plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh, you do. Right here. This is your own email where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus.
The mask.
I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools. And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions, while you and all your cronies get paid from Big Pharma. You know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
Mr. Chairman, I have a
email. This is your own words. But you were forced. And you know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
So here's the thing. You have a particular message to get out, right? And to summarize that message, it's died suddenly, right? Cemeteries, et cetera, et cetera. Who in Congress would you expect to break that line and do that? I would say MTG, Lauren Boebert, who's the other? Hawley, Senator Hawley. These are my top 3 picks that would say hey, you want to check out the VAERS report? So if they don't say it, it's not going to get said. MTG was in a spotlight last week or the week before. A lot of eyes are on her. Takes her 8 minutes here. Wastes about 90% of it. Doesn't talk about blood clots. VAERS report. Died suddenly. Cancer. Infertility. None of that. That's how you know it's controlled opposition.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
So some people are going to watch that clip. They're going to get excited. Yeah, she roasted him. She roasted him. I'm like, if you call that roasting, we are in trouble. If you call that roasting, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. MTG is making me like Jasmine Crockett. Yo, for real. For real. It's nasty out here. Goldstein want to double dip. Let's let Goldstein double dip. What's this? Goldstein, go ahead, call in.
Call from Murphy's Law Rescue.
Goldstein.
What up?
What up, bro?
See that right there? That bitch?
Yeah.
That's why they suck, nigga. That's why that whole fucking party sucks.
Right.
Because of that shit right there.
Exactly.
Ineffective. That bitch needs a script. She needs to stick close to a script. Otherwise, she just sounds like a pissed off bitch from the trailer park, bro.
Facts.
She meandering. She ain't on topic. She way over here. Then she talking about Tuskegee. She talking about dogs. She done fit every goddamn last anger point into a 3-minute motherfucking test or whatever the fuck they call those. 3 minutes. She done squoze all them shits in there.
Yep.
All right. She didn't get one effective one, hammer that nigga in the head, move the fuck on.
Right.
But because they don't operate like that anywhere, not just COVID, but anywhere, that's why that party sucks. That's why they lost the last goddamn election presidential. That's why they didn't do as well as they were supposed to for the red wave. The Republican Party is trash because of that right there. Perfectly on display.
And that's why I wanted to show people, like, we're going to watch all 8 minutes of this, right? We watched about 6 minutes of it, skipped some parts. But I really wanted people to see, because there's some people that tune in that are like trying to see what the Hoteps are about. And every once in a while, you got to make content for them, right? And I wanted people to see this is your Republican Party.
Garbage. They can't even dish right, nigga.
Doctor,
At least,
you can't even get Fauci?
man, if you can't bang on that motherfucker's head successfully, pause, then you are shot way the fuck out. And I can't name not one motherfucker that's on Capitol Hill that would do it the right fucking way. Not one. Not Hawley, not none of them motherfuckers. They've been doing it for years now. And this motherfucker is still able to sit there like that and say all that nonsense about death threats and all that shit and get traction off of it. Because they wasn't doing their goddamn job in dismantling his punk ass. For years now. They had years to do this.
I mean, the evidence is all out there. It's all out there.
That's right.
It's everywhere. The criticisms of Fauci are all out there. The information is out there. And you know what it comes back to? It comes back to the fact that these people are pro-vaccine. That's what it is. That's why they are pro-pharma. They believe in that industry. That's why she says she don't want to recognize him as a doctor, because she believes in that industry. I don't recognize any doctor as a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like, all them niggas is medical industry plants. So, you know what I mean? If we going to talk about the doctorship, but it just goes to show you how much stock she puts in that industry.
Man, she want to separate him from it,
right,
so that way they can breathe and we can just get this nigga. No, it's all the same motherfucking piece of shit.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Exactly.
I don't know, this motherfucker steady trying to preserve and prop up all this bullshit and their constituency, because that's what the fuck they're supposed to do. So I can't even really be mad at her or mad at the motherfuckers on Capitol Hill. It's the constituency that ain't about shit. It's the motherfucking average motherfucking Joe who still wants to sit here and think this was the America that was sold to them over the last motherfucking 25 years. That's what is the motherfucking stumbling block for the Republican Party. That these idiot motherfucking regular ass Joes are idiot regular ass Joes. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the people are the government, correct?
Yeah.
So then if you look at Capitol Hill and you're seeing just nothing but fucking bullshit, well, guess who is responsible for that, people? Right? This is why I will never vote for a motherfucker ever unless they get up there and say the reason why America ain't shit is because the people who live here ain't shit. And until we can dismantle that and rebuild you motherfuckers, we ain't never finna be shit. Because that's where the fucking blame lies. We're steady blaming Fauci, blaming that bitch, blaming this motherfucker over here. Yeah, they serve their role, they serve their purpose, they're evil motherfuckers, but at the end of the day, they're there because we allow it. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
That's why I be banging on the public. I ain't even mad at these people. I'm just like, I'm mad at the people because the people is the one propping them up, like you said. And I'm just looking like, why y'all like these people? People are terrible. They're terrible. And Jelly said, this wasn't to get Fauci. The storyline was to get the people who sent emails to Fauci. Oh, okay. Black Market Nick is spazzing over on Rumble. I see you. What about the babies? Yeah. Exactly. Lauren said they salesmen for Big Pharma. I'm sure Big Pharma cuts them a nice check too for that campaign.
Call from
Jonah.
Jonah, what's up, yo?
What's good? What's good? First off, who cares about Fauci? No one did anything when he was like killing all the foster children in Brooklyn, right? So no one's going to do anything because he's doing the job of the Jesuits. But Now, I know it's the Grift Report, and I know you got to talk about Caitlin Clark and all that stupid WNBA. But you know what basketball I'd rather watch than the WNBA?
What?
The Palestinian high school basketball, even after BB's been spending the last year filling up their injured reserve list.
Who was doing that?
BB been dropping bombs on the Palestinians. I'd rather watch Palestinian high schoolers than WNBA.
You ain't shit for that.
What? Anyways, going back to my call on Thursday, I sent you a thing here today. I tagged it on the timeline. See that the FBI and CIA are now recruiting Russians. Sounds like Russian collusion to me, right?
What?
Yeah, I tagged you on the timeline. And then I sent you two things. I sent you the thing about Biden vetoing the crypto bill on Friday. That was in DM. But no, on the timeline, the CIA and FBI are now, and according to CNN, are now recruiting Russians.
How the CIA and FBI are turning to Russia to recruit a new generation of spies. No fucking way.
Amid Russia's brutal...
Is that collusion? It's a good question.
Yeah, and then the messages I sent you, though, I sent you the Biden veto bill and the grifter of the millennia, the fake-ass Chinese Russian rocket that landed on the backside of the moon. That is nothing but CGI.
CGI?
Did you see that one? Yeah, no, the China allegedly landed on the backside of the moon yesterday. Like, fucking.
Oh, that was yesterday, for real?
Yeah, Neil Armstrong didn't even land on the front side, but China's now landed on the backside allegedly.
And you saying it's CGI?
Oh yeah, it's all CGI.
Yeah.
They have like the video, if you watch it, they have the footings, the lander allegedly landing on the moon, but then they have CGI showing how it landed and then the process. They don't even have any of the actual video.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the grifter of the millennia. Like just take the whole Apollo missions and just make it up and say you hit the backside instead, right?
Yeah, the side that allegedly is has things going on we've never seen filmed or anything like that. They landed there. Yeah. I agree with your take.
Anyways, Hotep and build, and I know you got to talk about the because it's the Grift Report, but man, come on, like really.
What?
I'd rather watch Canadian elementary school than WNBA.
I hear you, Jonah. All right, yo, later, bro.
See you later, Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill. I'm about to get out of here today. Mondays are my long days, so I gotta coach after this. Then I got a 2-hour chess stream, and then a 1-hour stream with Unc. If you guys want in on the 1-hour stream with Unc, that's patreon.com/HotepBenToldYou. That link is in the description box below. We'll be talking about the Caitlyn situation and everybody's reaction tonight. So the hot takes is coming tonight. I don't know what'll make it to Thursday, but if you want to watch me and Unc talk about the Caitlyn Clark situation, tune in tonight. 10 p.m. over on Patreon, patreon.com/rumble. I'll be moving straight from the chess stream straight to that stream. So the chess stream stops at 10. So if there's a little bit of time for the transition, I apologize. All right. Chess lessons over on Kick. Subscribe over on Kick, kick.com/HotepJesus. We gets it in. You know what I mean? Shout out to my rumblers. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone who donated today. Rudy the Vet, Jabari, Dre Brown, Mr. G, Francisco Sanchez, Yardley, Zulu. I appreciate y'all. We pretty much hit our goal today. I don't know why the thing didn't update. I don't know why this thing didn't update. Like, I don't know what happened today. Hopefully it's working tomorrow. So yeah. What's up with the chess stream? Kick.com/HotepJesus. Kick.com/HotepJesus. Monday and Wednesday. 8 p.m. Eastern. Monday and Wednesday. It's right now we're doing national master training, so I'll be honest with you, it's not for beginners. If you know how to play chess, I think you'll benefit tremendously. It still might not be for you. So when I say beginners, I mean somebody who's just about to learn chess. Like, do not watch this stream and try to learn chess. It's just not going to be possible for you. You got to learn how the pieces move, okay? If you know how the pieces move, then this stream is going to be informational. I don't know how much enjoyment you'd get out of it because you probably wouldn't be able to see that many moves ahead and understand some of the jargon. But if you are somebody who understands the jargon, you follow chess, or you've been in chess club or something like that, we're doing national master training right now. So it's really difficult lessons that we're dealing with, and really going to stretch your mind, stretch your brain. So yeah, kick.com/HotepJesus for the elite chess training. I'm out of here, man. Be well, stay married, tell somebody in your family that you love them, and as always, Hotep and Bill.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,